be starting. Let me go ahead and adjust a couple things. Make sure Rumble's up and going. Yep, looks like Rumble is up and going. Let me make sure YouTube is, the thumbnail is correct. There you go, YouTube thumbnail up to date. Oh, did I forget to actually edit the name? Yeah, apparently on Rumble I forgot to actually change the name, so it just shows the date. That is my mistake. There we go. Now, perfect. Yep, boop, boop. Yep, Rumble looks like it's good to go. Twitch seems good to go. YouTube seems good to go. Let me just check my other computers, make sure the streams look fine on my other computer. Yep, and everything seems good to go. So let's go ahead and get started in casting some replays. Yep, I have to go to single player, load game, replays. I got a handful of replays of varying quality. So let's go ahead and get started. Sheep or pigs. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 replay. Spawn on the top side as the red Franks. We have Pig AoE, which this map has pigs, so he has home field advantage. Spawn on the south side as the blue Bengalis. We have Undercover Pilot. Let's see, let's go ahead and take a quick look at each of their bonuses. For the Franks, of course, it's a cavalry civilization. It's the iconic cavalry civilization from Age of Kings. Castles cost a little bit less, cavalries get increased hit points and feudal, but also gain bloodlines if I remember correctly. And foragers work 15 fits faster, which makes berries a little bit more effective, but we've got a lot of dead animals right here. A little bit wasteful, but you get the animals as quickly as possible. Unique tech, or unique units axemen. Unique tech is throwing axemen, this tech increases the range, and chivalry stables work faster. Unique techs are probably not significant, nothing immediate, something nice to have, but nothing too critical. Because throwing axemen is something that you don't really see all too often. You're probably going to see a whole bunch of knights, however. And for the Bengali player, let's see what bonuses he has. Elephant and Naval Civilization. Elephants receive less bonus damage, so halberdiers are a little less effective. Town centers spawn 2 additional villagers when reaching the next age. Not bad, especially for getting up the Dark Age. It could provide a little bit of boom there. You probably saw the bonus being applied right there. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and go down a regular pace. We got a bit of a militia rush here as I click off of the window, and now I've got men-at-arms upgrade being deployed out. While these that villager getting shanked in the corner, the rest of the abilities is ships regenerate health. It's nothing too critical and worthless on this map. Monks get some more armor, which could be decent, but we probably won't see it all too much. And we've got the Ratata. That's the mix between cavalry archer and archer. It's the chariot unit. And the unique techs increase their attack speed, and villagers take a little less population space, which allows you to deploy a larger population or have more villagers out, or mix the both. We've got a large wave of scouts being deployed out by red. Let's see how effective it is. Let's see, finish off that wounded man-at-arms. This scout did take quite a bit of damage there. They have 0 melee armor. Man-at-arms has 6 attack. Scouts have 5 attack. And the extra health is paying dividends here. We've got a single halberd or pike spearmen. And that will do some great damage right there. Shank the scout a couple times. That's skirmisher needs to start hitting that spearman, but so far unsuccessful. Does get one shank there with the spearman. And the spearman's still alive. The spearman's last one remaining gets a number of those scouts as well. This will stop any sort of scout attack, counterattack as well. Red's may need to keep this force on defensive, as the Lumbercat's also still alive. 30 health. Likely don't need to worry about repairing it, because by the time it goes down, it's probably going to be no longer needed. Just going to fast forward once again. We've got blue. Let's take a look at the villager counts. We got 32 villagers for blue. We've got, of course, the extra villagers from the age up, and plus a couple extra. We got a watchtower here, and so some houses to act as a wall. Got the scouts actually pushing forward, so I was mistaken. I'm trying to finish off this wall here, but that's way too much open area for a wall. In fact, a couple quick shanks can take out that house. We've got a couple skirmishers here, which should be effective versus these archers. These archers have no armor at the moment, and appears to be no upgrades whatsoever. It's perhaps a little bit too early for a forge either way. Scouts trying to find a shot. One of the skirmishers actually did go down. I'm not sure where though. Let's garrison a couple villagers in the town center, which will able to throw a pair of arrows. Blue has his own scout right here, and he will run into this town center there, receive a couple arrow shots there. Actually, both skirmishers were there. I'm just going a bit crazy. Maybe they were stacked on top of each other, and I wasn't paying attention. And looks like red will back on off. There's got a good number of skirmishers here, and another scout as well. So he's got 5 skirmishers, 5 scouts. Quite a sizable force. He may need to attack with a force that large. Blue's maintaining his villager advantage. And we've got this small force here. It does have one spearman now mixed into it. Now skirmishers are going to make their advantage. Skirmishers do have minimum range, and they do get hit by those scouts quite significantly. Red scouts may need to push on forward, but this ours was loaded up, getting some great defense there. Red may just want to eye aggressive containment with his small force here. Because the current red, I don't think he will get much work done. Skirmishers not great for this, and the scouts, a number of them are a bit wounded and has so far not been successful. And here we got a relatively large engagement here. 1, 2 of the red scouts, and the rest are don't even get a slash off. These skirmishers just need to fall back. That's way, way too many losses for red. He did, I think, no damage in return. And now skirmishers are advancing, trying to hit that single spearman, but he's going to pay for it dearly. Red scouts will get clean on up. Blue's going to be eyeing a counterattack now. This is a lot of losses for red. Its entire army destroyed. And now blue has a force of, if I don't select those deer, of 14 advancing. Make that 15, 16. Let's switch over to red and see what he's going to pull out. We've got some melee armor for blue as well. Castle Age. How much stone does blue or red have? Not enough for castle, even at a discounted rate. Trying to go for another stable here. Ugh. I'm not so sure what he should go for at this moment. That's a lot of archers and scouts. He is going for another little house there for a wall. And no guys on the build queue either. He's probably saving up for knights. He may want to get out just a couple scouts just to get some mass out in the field. He does build partial houses there. And Castle Age is about ready to drop. He does not only have 2 stables as well. He's going to need a large number of knights. Let's see if Blue's going for a castle. Okay, Blue's going for castle, but they're far away. And additionally, I don't think any research or technology will aid blue anytime soon. So red will have to use Castle Age, and he's safe with Castle Age. We've got a pair of knights now being queued up. It's going to need more than a pair, probably 3 or 4. Archers have 5 damage. I'm not sure how much armor the knights have at the moment. They do have 3 pierce armor, so that is... Those archers will do 2 damage each. Not a whole lot of damage, and the scouts will do 2 damage each as well, because they have 3/3 armor. So a handful of knights is all he needs, but a single spearman may pose a problem. He will need to focus on the spearman first. And I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Knights have charged on 4. There's 4 knights. It can get some good work done. Does throw some arrows in from town center as well. The spearman is still full health, getting a lot of free bonus damage there. Another spearman's advancing. We'll get some good damage there. Another pair of knights as well. Red will win the fight, giving his, these knights have been put on the field. This one will stay alive as well, so perhaps we need to get out a monk now to grab some relics, but perhaps to heal up some of these certain knights. Is this 1 HP knight? Might as well just keep back home for a monk to heal it up. Because that knight will go down to any sneeze. That's not for me. Red's knights now advancing. Blue has now gotten his own castle age. Now got a monastery and a town center. Need to wake up a little bit. Now we do also got some pikemen. That was very understandable, seeing he's against Franks. Franks is known for, I think, the best knights and paladins in the game, barring some unique interactions here and there. The Franks, if I remember correctly, are just basically the premier cavalry heavy cav. Not heavy cav like Tiger Panzers, but heavy cav and knights. Red is going for monks now as well, very nice. And we do also got some siege workshops as well. Let's switch over to blue and see what he's applying for a counterattack. Monks are a good option versus knights. But this one will get focused down, does get killed off there. And these guys, when you fall back, getting them back to those monks could be quite useful. They're far too wounded to really harass anything around. And yes, he does get out a monk just to heal these guys up. I love that. The 2 wounded ones can run back home. Preserving gold income like this is very important. Both of them have gone for monks as well. If you take a look at the map, this relic is contestable. This one's safe for red. This one's contestable, but pretty safe to grab for either player. This one has a bear, and that one's safe for blue. So animals don't attack monks. But the one right next to the bear is contestable, but relatively safe for either player. It's either A, you grab it, or B, you don't grab it. That's why I'm saying it. Let's work over the village account. Blue is rocketing head 62 to 52. So of course got, what, 3 towns for blue? I'm not sure how many for red. Does find a monk. We'll back away from the monk. And I only see this one. Another town center is going down as well, so red has not deployed our second town center till now. It's not even fully built. And looks like we're getting sanctity research. If he is going to heavily going for those monks or conversions, as well as, if I remember correctly, Bengali's monks gets additional 3/3 armor. I'm not so sure how effective that is, but seems pretty useful. And does manage to kill off both of those farms before they get fully built. And now I'm to attack. He could try pulling back this knight here, but he will go down. The monk that was right here will go down as well. Maybe he has a spot. Let's switch over. Let's see if they know. Blue has seen all relic locations, so I think one of them may have been grabbed. And red has not seen this one here, but has seen these ones. And he has grabbed one in the center as well. Much needed healing there. It will take a bit of downtime. Got a Scorpion. Oh, going for an outpost. Very nice. But got a Scorpion and a Mangonel. Trying to convert that stuff. Ooh, these knights need some more monks for a better healing rate. And got a mass converter here. Does grab one. I'm not sure if he's into targeting or combined targeting, but two of those knights did get converted and does go down. Very nice pick there, but the monks themselves go down. Now Red's going for a massive counterattack. That was simply not enough pikemen here. And now Blue will start losing some critical units. His villagers. But you have this tower here. It does claim some knights. These knights are very durable as well with the extra health and armor. They're at 4 pierce armor. Now I've got a pair of pikemen. Does kill that off. And there's a handful of guys garrisoned beside this archer range. It was just a handful of basic archers. Let's switch over to Blue. Let's see what he's going to do in the counter. A bunch of pikemen, which actually understandable, but he does have to be careful about those Mangonels. Those archers, of course, get quickly. Ooh, good friendly fire there. At this point in time, the Mount, he may just want to get out some more monks just for healing. Well, the Byzantines have the increased healing rate as well. Times in which you are Byzantine. I can also see there's like a spread formation or loose formation, that's probably what the term is. Just to make sure these guys are less hit by these Mangonels. Trying to repair up the stable now, just trying to stall out. We got a single battle elephant deployed on now. But we got a monk right here. He's trying to claim that. Oh, he deletes it before it gets captured. That was more of a shot, but that monk there, that was primarily meant for healing, was critical in stopping that elephant. Pikeman getting some great damage there onto these knights. Knights will come out on top, but it will be a costly engagement for them. Blue could... No, Blue needs a little bit more stone to get that castle out. He may need a defensive castle. Putting a castle right here to passively lead some farms would be... Oh no, the castle's going straight there. That is aggressive placement there. It's some of the villagers now, and these villagers constantly working there. Pikemen will stop the knights, but the castle is still far from complete. Blue's going to claim some of his knights. That's claiming a knight right there. Red's going for a forward castle of his own, and this time it will probably go up to the blue castle. And yep, those pikemen were simply not enough. He put that castle location too aggressive. He should have deleted these palisades and perhaps some of these farms a little bit farther back, giving some more breathing room. The villager count is heavily favored towards Red right now, 94 to 77. And Red will finish his castle first, 48. I can't, of course, see how what's the build rate of that. Yeah, 80%. Blue's castle's already is complete. More villagers going down for Blue. And the castle itself is actually quite wounded from all those Mangonel shots. And Blue has backed out of the game, not a big surprise. But either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Relatively short game, but not bad. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the right side as the Red Slavs, we have Megatron. So on the south side as the Blue Khmer, we have Stradamodins. It's my bad way of pronouncing names, but let's go ahead and take a look what the Slavs' bonuses are. Slavs, if I remember correctly, are known for good trash units. Farmers work 10% faster, not bad. Supplies are free, that's reasonable. Siege workshop units are cheaper, not bad. Warriors is like a pretty heavy cavalry, heavy in health. Dreadnoughts replace 40% of the castle's And towers stone cost wood. Okay, cheaper castles and towers. That could be quite decent. And Druids and infantry gains of splash damage, which is what makes the trash battles with the halberdiers pretty good. Scouts are engaging each other, but let's go ahead and now see how the Chimera's bonuses affect them. It is a siege and elephant civilization. No abilities required to advance to the next stage. Not really that important. Farmers don't require mills or towns to just drop off food. That is quite useful. You can just start throwing your farmers in the bottom edge of the map. Battle elephants move faster. They're already pretty slow, so that does help. And those just can garrison houses, which is good for defense. Oh. We do got a scout rush coming on out for red as we start to see what's the rest of stuff. Unique is the Ballista Elephant, Tusk Swords, Battle Elephants gain additional 3 extra attacks, a double crossbow, Ballista Elephants, and Scorpions fire 2 projectiles. We may see a whole bunch of Scorpions potentially, but Mangonels are still very, very useful. 25 villagers for red, 26 villagers for blue. If we go back here, did he take any villagers out? I don't think he did. Kills, I think blue has killed a unit. Very nice. Likely a scout. And now you got another attack from these scouts. There is a fort house here. Perfect for spotting. This map is a giant choke point right there. And that house, of course, will provide vision, see what is advancing, going to harass them, see that sort of thing. Quickly trying to harvest a lot of these berries. Is there not any huntables on this map? I don't see any left for either player, so I don't think I saw them collect huntables, but maybe I'm mistaken. The scouts are outnumbered. There's 2 blue spearmen to 1 red spearman. Blue should be able to shank that spearman to death. And now these spearmen can support the scout fight, no problem. Looks like Red's going to just be a bit more aggressively defensive, but perhaps these units around this choke point here. Does throw another spearman in the mix. Let's get one nice little stab there with the spearman. Another spearman deployed out by red, and I take a quick look at the map of the relics. The relics are actually 4 for each side, so both sides have 4 relics. 2 are relatively not safe for each side, but this one's pretty unsafe. This one is much more safe, but this stone is not very safe. You may need to deploy our castle to get enough stone to build out our castle. Red is trying to displace that house. There is 4 spearmen here, 5 scouts, versus looks like 8 scouts, 2 spearmen, 3rd spearman right there. I think red will win in a fight between these two, but it all comes down to if each side can keep their spearmen alive. Is that a box formation? This house will likely go down to the spearmen. And blue is at population cap thanks to that house going down. Very nice. That is actually quite important. House does get rebuilt, so should be able to get his population back up and going. Blue spearman's in a great position there, getting a lot of shanks there onto the scouts. Blue scouts are trying to avoid all the spearmen, and all the blue spearman does go down. Red spearmen are still very much alive, and the scouts are now going for some villager harassment. There's still quite a bit of a gap right there, and there we go, does manage to wall off that area. We're just going to try to focus on these palisades. This one has a lot of surface area to be quickly focused down. Maybe another palisade right there wouldn't hurt. Of course, he can load them inside these houses. Red's force is in this area. Both sides are quite wounded. I think red actually has more health than blue, but it's hard to say who actually wins the fight. And Blue Spearman does get picked off right there. Very nice. And Blue Spearman's going forward once again, being picked off. A palisade wall or gate and another house being deployed. Currently, Blue is not building any villagers. He's going for the next age, but he may need a little bit more gold, doesn't he? And this house here may need to be removed because it's blocking some of his workers from actually claiming the gold. Blue's going for Castle Age now. Red is going for Castle Age as well, so both of them will have a similar Castle Age timing. Blue is unable to harvest the stone, so can't get a quick castle on the choke point. And the town center does get some arrow bursts off, as we do got a pair of spearmen for to pull out with Blue. Not looking good for Blue. Villager count is... If you have anything selected, you can't see that menu. Red has 5 villager lead. That is a massive lead right there. House is still receiving quite a bit of fire there. We've got these spearmen here. Spearman engages the spearman and does go off inside with all of his spearmen inside the town center, which will give them some health regen. So they can't fire arrows out of it. Blue maybe safe going for castle, just get out some knights, help deal with this force. Let's keep Blue selected as well. Let's see what he's going to build. Oh, wheelbarrow. And now a pair of knights coming on out as well. Where is that stable? The stable's right here. And now Red has gotten his own castle age as well. And these spearmen were left behind. They will be quickly shanked up. 9 scouts are here. And Blue has gotten now another stable. We've got also bloodlines being researched, or is that the light cavalry upgrade? That's light cavalry, not bloodlines. My bad. And that'd be very useful. Oh, we got light cavalry for Red already. Blue is pretty far behind on that, and Red has deployed out his own knight. Got some more knights being deployed up by Red, but they are getting intercepted right there. Light cavalry is almost complete. There we go. And we've got the handful of spearmen for Blue as well. That should be able to help win this fight for Blue. They were in the box formation as well. Massive engagement here. The spearmen are quickly being focused down. And this is going to be a very messy fight. There's going to be a Pyrrhic victory whoever wins. Blue backs off. I think Blue should have stuck around to fight. No, probably not. Damage very spread out on Red's forces, and Blue's is pretty battered and bruised as well. More knights being pulled out by Blue now. It has not been able to claim any stone to get out defensive castle. House does go down. More Red Knights are advancing. Did we see this? Does he have access to Spearmen and Pikemen in research? We do have, yeah, it can go with the Halberdier as well. You may want to get that out sooner rather than later at the current rate. Villager count is heavily in favor towards Red. 60 villages of 43. Now here on market as well. And now he's going to start focusing on this barracks. No more pikemen being built for him. barracks will go down. He has not really made move for these units. He has evacuated this area with all of his villagers. Mills right there was not important. It's not a resource drop-off point for at least for him. Now I got these units are pushing way forward. Knights will see some fire there. And got some knights over here as well. Red's going to be trying to be pursued, but does back off. These two knights could receive some hits as well. They are hitting some villagers. Start hitting the rest of this infrastructure as well. The stable has gone down, and this is a blacksmith right here. More like Calvin Knights being deployed out by blue, so not look good for him. The monk gets killed off, which actually is quite important. Red could also take it by his own monks to try to steal his opponent's relics. This force could be cornered by blue's force here when the scouts do rush on forward or rush the wrong way. It looks like Red will escape on out of there. Red's knights, 15 knights of here, trying to convert one of them. Does convert one of them, very nice. Try to pursue it now, but he won't be successful. And that knight does have better upgrades than his own team. It's at currently 2-2, while his own upgrades are, well, I mean 4-4, while his is just 2-2. Another monk conversion, this time by Red, and these scouts will go and clean them out. The scouts are, of course, to counter 2 monks. Blue and Red are tingling out, but looks like Red may pull ahead. Yeah, that's a big concave, and most of Blue Knights are just sort of running around aimlessly. I think Blue won't do all too well. He is getting some killing some the reinforcements, which is very good. And Blue casting GG back out the game. That was a very short game. This is Aaron Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Tatars versus Magyars. Votes. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the right side, or top right side, as the red Magyars, we have a foreign name. Spawn on the south side, as the blue Tatars, we have a foreign name. Magyars, if I remember correctly, they have a unique trash unit. Let's see now, cavalry situation. Village kills wolves in one strike, so it looks like they cut the throat of wolves, no problem. Forging, cast iron, and blast furnace upgrades are free. Scout cavalry and light cavalry and hussars are cost 15% less, so it's cheap light cavalry. Magyar Hussar is a unique unit which can get upgraded to cost no gold as well. Making them have another trash unit here. Recurve bow gives cavalry archers +1 range and +1 attack, which is not bad either. So if you like cavalry archers, maybe a civilization for you. They look like they do get Parthian tactic as well as heavy cav archers. For the Tatars, it is a cavalry archer civilization. Oh, speaking of which, militia rush. I'm not sure if they got any kills there. And Red will go and looks like back off. He may just go ahead and just start harassing some of the other forces now. And they will start hitting Lumber Camp now. Red Scout is already across the map, going back to the rest of the research. There's just got out of their plus 50% food from Herdables, which is not bad. New towns that have spawned 2 sheep starting Castle Age. That can be quite useful. Units deal plus 25% damage when fighting from higher elevation, not very useful. And Thumb Ring and Parthian Tactics is free. That can be quite useful to go for cavalry archers. Or Thumb Ring's good in general, if you go for regular archers as well. Unique Unification, which is a... which, if I remember correctly, gets gold as it stays in combat. And Flaming Camel, so mostly a meme unit. Unique text, silk armor, like cavalry step lancers, and cavalry archers get additional armor and pierce armor. Not bad. Let's see, can they get paladins? Nope, they cannot get paladins. And the Sigmar Siegecraft. Archers get 2 extra range and enables flaming camels. The extra range is quite useful. And the extra line of sight from cavalry archers also is very handy indeed for the team bonus. Right, so lost a villager now. 21 villagers, 22 villagers. Looks like militias will be shanked. And they both go down at the same time. Handful of palisades going down. Expecting Red to go for a counterattack, and he is potentially. There's 4 scouts here. One of them severely wounded. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. Yep, now we do got the counterattack now advancing. However, there's a bunch of spearmen and a pair of archers. The archers could potentially take off that scout, but they do not. They hit the other scout. Right now, the scouts have 2 pierce armor, so the archers are only able to do 2 damage. They also only have 4 range this moment of time. Now you got a skirmisher deployed out onto the high ground. Blues the Tatars, they get the extra damage from high ground. And it looks like all of Blue's force does get cleaned up. The scouts are still quite wounded. The 1 health one is still at 1 health, not at 0 or 2. The patrol here got 1 spearman, 2 archers. This force is quite wounded. 2 of them can almost be killed instantaneously, pretty much. So these ostriches have not been claimed. Blue scout cavalry is still alive, and now these spearmen are advancing. Does he got another cavalry scout there? Another scout goes down. All scouts are down, just remaining 2 skirmishers. Skirmishers, of course, have 3 pierce armor, and the archers have only 4 damage. So that means, oh, they got the upgrade there. So they'll deal 5 damage, do 2 damage per hit. Of course, skirmishers are not exactly great versus villagers either. They deal 3 damage, and villagers have 2 pierce armor. They'd be literally doing 1 damage.
Yes.
What just happened? They must have paused the game, because Taunt 14 sounds like start the game already, and the yes happened at the same time, so they had to been a pause the game. Skirmishers are falling back away from these archers now. Scout getting some good damage there. Now got 1 boy with a pointy stick advancing. Does receive some other pointy sticks added to him, and the guy with the pointy sticks killed the guy with the pointy stick. Another skirmisher deployed on out, so there's 4 skirmishers here for defense. And he's going to go ahead and start hitting down this wall now.
That's it.
Does miss with those spears there, or yeah, they are technically spears, throwing spears. And now we do have this wall being under siege. We got some more archers advancing. And he's trying to break down this palisade wall. Skirmishers rotating around. Let's switch over to Red, see what he's building for defense. More scouts, more archers, and more villagers. Villager count is 38 for blue, 36 for red. The palisade wall has been breached. We've got a decent defense force here. I don't think he will be all too effective, though. Skirmishers do have him in range. And scouts are getting some great damage there onto those archers as the archers trying to scouts going for the skirmishers and archers. Blue scouts are getting some great work done. Both sides are losing quite a bit there. It's going to be a Pyrrhic victory. Yep, down to just the remaining archers. One reinforcing archer will come forward and will probably need to run away. And looks like the red's going to be eyeing to patch that hole in with a house. Who wants to live in a house that's been used to patch a hole in a wall? Here archers are scouting around, not so sure what they're going to do all by them lonesome. But you got these forces now advancing, it's a mixed force of archers, skirmishers, and a scout. And those palisade walls will get cleaned up as more palisade walls are being deployed. Want to see a bit more aggression onto his opponent. Got more palisade walls to go in front of the palisade gate. Got a defensive watchtower going up, very nice. He will be firing uphill. Remember, he's the Tatars, which means he gets bonus damage from if he fires downhill, or more bonus damage. Red will be trying to push his way forward now, trying to make a hole in his opponent's palisade wall. Going for a house. Castle Age has been researched by Blue. Red has Castle Age on the way. Let's see what Blue is queuing up now. We do have a handful of cavalry archers and a knight. Three cavalry archers have been deployed. Those faster build rate for the cavalry archers, if I was mistaken. It seemed like they build pretty quickly. Trying to pursue the cavalry archer now. The cavalry archer right now only has 0 armor and pierce armor. The scouts will do full damage towards the cavalry archers. Over here, we've got these scouts now advancing, trying to throw some more slices into these palisade walls. As Blue is eyeing for a counterattack with a knight, 3 cavalry archers, and a regular archer. Blue's now gotten his own castle age now. And looks like he's building out a town center right there. Has Blue gotten out any additional town centers just yet? Doesn't appear to be. That is a knight right there he could gather up. Red's eyeing for a counterattack now, and this is not going to be a good time. He should leave the archer behind, allowing his cavalry forces, knight and cavalry archers, to run away more quickly. More cavalry archers are advancing forward, so Blue's getting his force split up, but it looks like he's not microing it all too well. That knight does go down, as this one does receive some fire there, but won't accomplish all too much. More cavalry archers being pushed on in by Blue. And Red has gotten his own cavalry archer as well. little patrol move there, trying to bunch up these forces. Cavalry archers are advancing. Does fire around barrage there onto the forces. Does get a couple of red units. Trying to stand from the high ground as well, which gives them an extra damage bonus. I think 50% damage bonus. There's a good shot there. There's another good shot. So some of the cavalry archers are being chased down as these other ones being reinforced into the wrong side of town. Looks like blue has to point out a monastery, which would be very useful in claiming relics. We got another town center right here. And where is that monastery at? Somewhere. Yeah, it's red to the monastery. Don't see one either. Getting some various damage right there. That skirmisher does get quickly picked off. The skirmishers only have 4 pierce armor. The cavalry archers have 8 damage. So they able to do 4 damage per barrage, and they only have, what, 30 health? Not a whole lot of health. Getting into a large critical mass of cavalry archers, getting some great damage in there. Some of these knights are getting picked off as well. Having trouble getting any sort of shots in. Red has his own cavalry archers as well. Number of the knights going down as well. If blue gets the high ground, that'd be great for him. We'll see some of these ballistics. Red's gotten the elite skirmisher upgrade, which does get an extra 500 health and some extra armor as well. Knights are getting some hits there under the blue cavalry archers. They're actually quite wounded. A single monk could be useful just to get these guys healed up. More and more blue cavalry archers are reinforcing. He's just only building cavalry archers. We got a pair of scouts being deployed out. Doesn't appear he has light cavalry researchers yet, but I see on the build queue. Pair of stone gates being built out, so those are full stone gates. They will be spotted, of course, and I don't think they get their armor until they're fully built. Red's University is now under siege. Blue's going for some melee attack damage as well. And we'll find this area barred off, and now Red is going to close the gap right here. But Red's force is quite wounded. A handful of cavalry archer shards can do some great damage there, such as like that. Does get the high ground there as well. He's not barred from exiting this region. Skirmishers fire some or throw some spears there, largely missed, but got some damage in. Over here, additional cavalry archers being deployed out with some light scout support. Skirmisher getting some good hits there. Does claim a cavalry archer over here. More and more reinforcements. This time with some knights support as well. Let's switch over to Red and see what he's building. More skirmishers, more knights, and some more scouts. No light cavalry. He can get light cavalry, right? Yeah, he should be able to. These light cavalry still find that they're closing the gap on those skirmishers, getting a lot of damage there. Now the cavalry archers want to advance forward to get some free arrows in as well. Blue has a handful of frontline units, allowing his forces to advance. Does hurt the bell and turn off the bell. He may be eyeing for the next age at the moment. And Red's Knights are coming close in distance to there, getting some good damage in. Many Red's Knights does go down as Blue's front line gets cleaned up as well. But Blue has a massive concave of Cavalry Archers here, doing some great damage all across the line, but they're all quite wounded as well. A single monk could be quite useful. And it looks like Red does have a single monk of his own, trying to get conversion there onto that unit. Red's Knights are advanced forward, trying to clean up, stop these skirmishers from advancing. They are firing from the low ground, so they get less damage sent and more damage sent out for those who are on the high ground. Blue's Knights have been cleaned up, more Knights being queued on forward. Some Red's Knights are being cleaned up, but the fighting the skirmishers on the high ground, not good. He's gonna get a castle on top of the hill as soon as possible. And Red has actually backed out of the game. That seemed a little bit early, but he was likely couldn't deal with all the Cavalry Archers. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Maybe a little bit too early by Red, but he was losing quite a bit. Oops. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom side as the red. Let's see, what is this? Byzantines? We have Fox C. Salet. Spawn. Oh, there goes that. I did not realize that replay did not last very long. Remind me to delete that one. Here we go. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawning as the south side as the magenta Spanish, we have Bangarino. Spawning on the north side as the blue Goths, we have Ranger on tour. Ranger on tour. There we go. I just had to figure out that's actually three separate words right there. Here, a lot of turkeys being claimed. Gobble gobble. And let's see, let's go ahead and take a look at all of the civilization benefits. Spanish Horse is a gunpowder and monk civilization. You don't really see the monk side all too much, mostly this gunpowder side. Those work faster, blacksmiths don't cost gold, cannon galleons benefit ballistics, and gunpowder units fire a little bit faster. Conquistadors, mounted hand cannoneer, and the missionary. Unique text, Inquisition makes monks convert faster, which can be quite useful. And they also have all access to all monk technology. And supremacy. They have a meme research, but making your villagers strong in combat is quite reasonable, actually. And on the north side, the blue Goths. Let's take a look at their upgrades. If you're not correctly, they're just straight up infantry. Yeah, they have a different border. Do all of them have different borders? I also got a militia rush here. Oops. There's what I'm looking for. Well, the militia does go down there, but the magenta scout is quite wounded. The benefits of the Goths is the fact that the infantry costs 20%, will cost less per age, starting 20% at Dark Age and minus 35% Imperial Age. So they are truly the infantry civilization. Infantry has one extra attack per building per age, starting in Feudal, not in Dark Age. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And as the villagers get +5 attack versus wild boar, and hunters carry extra meat, which is not bad. Loom can be reduced instantly, but it's not free, and additional maximum population in Bureau Range. Allows them to pull out some more stuff. Good kill there onto the man-at-arms. And the rest of the research is Huskarl Infantry Unit. It's like a fast anti-archer unit. Unique text Anarchy. Huskarl's going to research be built at the barracks, and perfusion, which allow barracks to work 100% faster. Yep. Definitely the infantry civilization in the game. Archer's seeing quite a bit of hits there from the scout. And we've got the man-at-arms advancing as well. They got a spearman, a pike, spearman, a skirmisher, and an archer now here versus the man-at-arms and the scout. The spearman is trying to hunt down that scout, but so far largely been unsuccessful. Running around circles, but does allow these units to clean up these man-at-arms. And while running around the ring around the Rosie, the man-at-arms managed to find the archer there, get a couple slashes in to kill it off. Scout still has plenty of health remaining. The man-at-arms trying to pursue the spearman. It does go and sacrifice Scout to get the spearman. And now the man-at-arms can pursue in these force. But should be cleaned on up, no problem. Both sides probably going to be aging up. We got more skirmishers being pulled out by blue, so actually I'm wrong. These skirmishers may be just trying to keep the archers back. Got a handful of archers here and a skirmisher as well. And do have a stable being deployed out by Magenta. Maybe trying to guide for teching up into knights. Skirmishers do find some spears onto these villagers.
See?
They do have 2 pierce armor, and they have 3 attack, so they will do 1 damage per 2 villagers per throw, assuming they hit. Not spectacular. Magenta's skirmishers do find a hit there. They're not upgraded. They have 2 damage versus 3 pierce armor, so if they do get upgraded, they will still do 1 damage. And it's also a handful of Magenta archers here, which they do 4 damage, so they will still do 1 damage themselves. Magenta has put out another scout there, and more scouts on the build queue. He's also getting a wheelbarrow. Got a line of houses, archery range, and other things of sort to wall in Blue's area. Now Magenta's eyeing for a counterattack, including a pair of scouts and his various archer skirmisher force. Blue's building out more walls over here, so looks like he's going to get a full wall off. Looks like the initial scout cavalry for Magenta is still alive at 2 health. And now Magenta's eyeing to break through this fencing now. This is Jaguar. Did Jaguar get killed by the... did it kill the scout, or was it all these infantry forces? It's at 2 health, so now like it made a big difference right there. Got these forces trying to hit this house. We'll slowly take it out. Blue does have decent defense force here. 5 skirmishers, 4 archers versus 4 archers, 3 skirmishers, and 2 scouts. And the scouts are getting hit by these forces now. He will go ahead and back away. And Magenta's got another pair of Magenta scouts here. There's going to be 4 scouts in Blue's back line, which is going to pose a problem. palisade wall is under siege. These scouts will push on forward. There was a spearman in that region. So now these scouts could potentially find some good work in, but the spearman has come back forward as well. And that one will get cornered and won't be finished off at the moment. Going to wall off that villagers now. Try to get some damage there. Likely will get one villager there. Very nice. Blue's now at 38 villagers as opponent's at 39. So that villager does give Magenta a villager lead. Now 2. Another villager went down right there. And these farms have been expired. Looks like he is low on wood at the moment. Now I do got another archer rank being deployed on out. Magenta is getting his castle wage. These scouts are still alive. You can see a bit of a Q move right there. Try and find a better angle there onto this lumber yard. Switch over to blue and see what he's going for. Castle Age himself. Looks like he'll get Castle Age before his opponent. And that's going to deploy and cancel out those houses there. Magenta gets it out ever so slightly before blue. We got, looks like Bodkin Arrow and the whatever that saw wood upgrade coming on out. Another Jaguar killed. That scout or archer does get picked off there. Very nice. Blue's going for his crossbowman upgrade. Try to hit these scouts a little bit harder. What is Magenta going for? Is he going for a light cavalry upgrade? Nope, going for knights and cavalry armor. Those scouts does get cleaned on up. These other scouts here are quite low in health as well. Probably best just to do their rest of their role of scouts. Pair of knights have been put out. Magnell on the research queue for the Spanish player as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Blue's build queue. More crossbowmen in the queue. Oh yeah, Spanish can't deploy crossbowmen whatsoever. Do have a Maganel here, and now it looks like the Spanish player is at population cap, or that's blue at population cap, which is important, and looks like he's not building any additional houses at the moment, nor town centers. That's the university. No additional town center here either. This Maganel should be able to get some good work in. There's a handful of spearmen to help close the distance. It all depends where the first shot lands. And it landed pretty good. Next round fires, another deadly hit there. Fires a third shot, another deadly hit there. That was 3 deadly hits. Magenta's knights now advancing. Since he hit his opponents quite hard with that Maganel, now these knights can be a bit more aggressive. Don't have to worry about defense all too much. Nice trying to find better holes up here. And this monastery is being completed. Let's see, he does have one relic in his own area there. This one is relatively safe for blue. Contestable, but relatively safe for both players. Very contestable. Safe for Magenta. So overall, looks like blue has a bit of a better luck with his the relic placement. Crossbowman advancing, currently 7 damage. His opponent has only 4 pierce armor, so they'll do 3 damage per shot.
Hey, sir.
They do also have 7 range at the moment. Over here, a nice advance well, getting some rounds into the house. It does kill off that monk there. That was a really nice pick, and these are not like the most powerful units. Far from it, and so get that monk pick right there. It's very, very nice. I have no faith in archers in Castle Age at this point in time. Crossbowmen are fine, but not archers. Now the skirmishers can be quite useful. Maganello's shot does come forward, hitting the house, trying to hit these villagers. Does get one villager there, very nice. I don't know if any of the players even got another town center just yet. Still just one, both from Castle Age as well. And blue is only at 36 villagers. Blue is not doing too well. Crossbowman does find some great high ground shots there, hitting the Scorpion as well. And its Monk is alive, perfect for topping up the health of these crossbowmen. Mangonel has a range of 7, so they have the same range as the crossbowmen. Trying to go for a convert there. Decent hit there, but nothing critical. It does get the Mangonel before it fires off another shot. Destroys his own house there to allow his crossbowmen to advance. And up north, we got these knights that do manage to sneak through this palisade wall right there. Magenta appears not have gotten out his second town center either, so it's going to be a low town center, low villager game. Very low for blue, pretty low for Magenta. Once you see that army pushing forward, he doesn't really have a good force to spot that stuff. If I were to pull up his Fog of War. Mangonel has decent range, Knights not so much. He sees that force there, now the Knights can't advance, and they are advancing. Monk trying to go for convert. Knights now charging forward slow. Blue's not going to be looking good. Magenta has the focus over here, does lose one of his Knights to that Monk. And great hits there by Mangonel. Mangonel does go down, but did damage there. Villagers are advancing. How much stone does Blue has? Blue has enough stone for a castle, so Blue's eyeing for a forward castle. However, Magenta has a good number of Knights here, but there's a handful of now pikemen advancing. Mangonel has been deployed and out, needs to get out, going, gets good damage there, and I think, yeah, Blue one may not be able to get this castle up and going. He's losing a lot of villagers, and Blue's back out of the game. Yep. How many villagers do these Knights claim? Oh, 19 villagers remaining. I know he sent a lot forward. He also doesn't have a whole lot left here, by the way. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on bottom left side as the red Huns with Andre 2 Eyes. Spawn on top right side as the blue Gujaris, we have Fox C Salete. Let's go ahead and take a look at both players' abilities or civilization bosun. Huns, of course, are cavalry situations. Do not need houses, but starts with no wood. Pretty sure that's 0 wood. Yeah. Cavalry archers cost less per age. I think the game may have been paused. Trebuchets are of course a bit more accurate. Useful but not critical, the trebuchet accuracy. Unique units Tarkin, which is the anti-building cavalry unit. Unique text Marauders creates targets at stables, like the Goths upgrade. Atheism, that's still not very good, but the extra gold from relics is a nice little buff for it. And stables work a bit faster. For the Gujaris, what did they get? Cavalry and the camel civilization starts with 2 forage bushes, which are right inside the town center. Got also a boar there. Garrison mills and livestock to produce food. Gives you a nice trickle of permanent food, which can be quite nice. Got the scout here. I think he's trying to go for a bit of harassment there. We of course got the mountain units deal 20% bonus damage, so whenever they get bonus damage, they get extra bonus damage per feudal castle in Imperial. Very nice. And can garrison docks with fishing ships. More of defensive ability right there, or civilization bonus. Unique units Chakram Throws, which deals AoE damage in a line. Skirmishing Rider, which I forget that one was. I think that like has basically a shield, which can withstand X amount of damage. And Camel Scouts, which is the unique scout that they have. Unique text, I don't know how to pronounce that. Military units cost a little extra, 25% less food, which is nice. Frontier Guards allows Camel Riders and Elephants, Elephant Archers gain 4 melee armor, which basically makes their camels their replacement to the Knight line. But here we got the 2 scouts. I don't think that's enough to really do any solid harassment. Blue has got a minor wall there, but nothing too critical. And the stone was outside that quote-unquote wall. And down south we got 2 scouts and the camel scout making the way forward now. We do got a single spearman here, ready to shank some horses. And we'll go ahead and focus it down. However, the spearman does need a hand. These scouts or villagers are under threat. One scout spearman does go down. He does take out another scout right there as well. Just one scout, one camel rider or camel scout. And we got these 2 scouts now following them back, trying to it does draw the ire of these forces. Another spearman pushing me forward. It'll be spearman versus spearman. Let's keep red selected, see what he's going for. And we got mutual hits there. It's hard for me to say who's actually winning that fight. I think red's winning that fight. Red does lose a scout there. Does take out that camel scout right there. And now with the extra spearman, now red will win out the spearman fight. More scouts being pulled out by blue. Got red scouts maybe on some counter aggression, but red does have less health on his scouts. Pair of archer range, 3 archer range being queued on up. 1 does have an archer in them. And red scouts coming back trying to stop blue scouts from doing more harassment. This area has been received some palisade walls to prevent blue from harassing that point. But gold needs some palisade walls of their own. There is actually a spearman in the group. And blue does receive some free melee hits there as well. Now the health is relatively even, and he focused on the wounded scout cavalry. Red should be a win out. Red is still in pursuit. We do have some more scouts being pulled out by blue now, and they're coming to reinforce blue scouts. Let's get some damage there. Very nice. Oh, but I didn't realize somebody followed me. Oh, thank you, Yuno, for the follow. Maybe you followed me from not from watching the actual live stream, because Yuno is Red Alert 3 player. I do know that. Scout does receive some hits there. These villagers were backing away, trying to avoid these scouts. A good number of scouts here. There's 6 of them. One was quite wounded. The arrows do not spray wide to hit that one there. Parapalisade gates do come out, and we do got these spearmen advancing. The wounded one does not get cleaned up. And now there's 2 very wounded scouts here. Arrows do find some hits, but nothing too critical. Red scouts and not scouts, but we do got a mix of spearmen and archers here with the 3 scouts. Both sides going to try to go to aggression, try and apply some pressure. And these scouts start making their way forward. We got the blue scouts advancing, as was blue archers.
Beijing.
And now I've got these scouts getting some hits there onto these villagers now. And he does well in that one villager there at the last moment, though not going to be obtaining any resources with it. May want to cancel some of those walls so that villagers can escape. Does take out one of the scouts there as well, getting some good damage onto them. These forces haven't done all too much. It looks like the main attraction is over here. Just going to save this villager here for some palisade walls as well. Let's get inside this town site as well, throwing a lot in there. And even an archer. Let's get one of the wounded scouts there. All the scouts are quite wounded. And this villager is sort of just stuck right there. And it's a bit more than a pillow fort to hide in. I did throw some hits there on this farm, but it has plenty of health because since it's 46% completed. Now it's a bit more than 46% completed. It's 100% completed. It does find some hits there onto these villagers. One villager does go down there, but so does one scout. The villager count is 40-40, is relatively equal, or are equal. And Red's now making some counter aggression here as well. Not sure if any of Blue's villagers has gone down. And Blue's going force back to these scouts, trying to protect his force here, or to engage his force here. Doesn't have a whole lot of health left on them, but can do something. Combined with this force here, maybe they can get some damage in. But no time to apply a bit more aggression. Red's getting out a lot of archers, but likely we'll see, yep, we do see Castle Age for Red, going probably straight to Crossbowmen. And can he get out anything beyond Crossbowmen? No, cannot get Arbalests. One villager does go down, and so does a scout. 39 villagers for Red, 40 for Blue. Blue's likely going for Castle Age this moment in time as well. Yes, and has more progress onto it. Good kills there by that spearman. And now all Blue scouts have been cleaned on up. Now focus over here, but looks like just some buildings going down, and I think some more deleted as well. Red does not have enough force here. Red's force will be cleaned on up. The scouts will hunt down those archers. They have to stand there and fight. And looks like Blue's gotten Castle Age now. Red is almost there as well. Good number of archers here. Red has more archers. How far away is Crossbowman? Almost complete. It is complete. As well as I think I saw, yeah, Bodkin arrows research as well. So these are souped up crossbows compared to these archers. Here, comparison: 5 damage, 5 range, 7 damage, 7 range. That is a massive difference. Let's get a villager kill there. And this guard tower appears not have been completed, far from completed. Let's see what Red's going to build and counter. He's going to probably stall out for his own crossbow. Yeah, crossbows and bodkins on the way. And now I've got council being deployed out by Red with the idle villagers. Very nice. Not like the best placement there. It will keep us bold quite safe. But when you have idle villagers, because they are running away from the lumber camp, might as well get it. Now I've got some pierced armor being researched by Red as well. These guys have 0-0, so this will be armor advantage for Red. So Red will have the advantage. It looks like he has more archers as well. 9 to 18, twice the amount. Blue does have 2 more villagers. We see second town center for Blue Eye as well. Yes, we do. And there is a bit of water up here. Maybe we can deploy out some fishing boats. Now I've got some Shermashaw riders deployed on out as well, which should be able to withstand these archer bolts quite a bit. Does find some arrows right there, very nice. Some of the overshields have gone on down. And some of the scouts are receiving quite a bit of fire there. Doesn't get that one scout there. We'll run between both town centers, which threw a lot of arrows right there. And we'll be on the wall off this region. Does get a good wall off there with that palisade gate, but doesn't actually get it built and start building in time. My bad. Shermashaw riders quickly cleared up, but a couple of villagers do go down. Red has 46 villagers, maybe 45, 45, oh, now 46. And Blue is pulling up ahead there. One Shermashaw rider does get one more villager right there, very nice. And the Shermashaw rider is probably going to go ahead and just fall him back. Or receive some arrow fire right there. And took some unnecessary hits right there as well. So Red is probably going to eye for a counterattack now. Has a good amount of crossbowmen. Got crossbowmen here, and a pair of mangonels. Those mangonels can make quite a difference. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, that was painful. Oh. 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 Oh, ouch. That hurt to watch. Either way, it's Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oof, those are some really good Mangonel hits. And he had good potential for our counterattack with those 2 Mangonels, just 4th one in the game. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the yellow Franks, we have Fool of a Took. Spawn on the bottom top right side as the blue Malians, we have Kambai Indio. Let's go and take a quick look at their bonuses, civilization bonuses. For Malians, they are infantry civilization. Buildings cost a little less wood, which is nice. It will save you quite a bit of income over time since you're going to build houses and barracks and everything. Barracks units get +1 pierce armor per age, starting feudal age. So 0, 1, 2, 3 for pierce armor should make his infantry much more resilient to the archers. And he gets champion, but not and only pikemen, no halberdiers. Unique unit is the Gabedo. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit as well. Remember quickly as well, that is a knife throwing infantry that deals melee damage. It's a ranged melee damage unit. And unique text to GUI. Town that fires arrows when ungarrisoned. So basically Age of Mythology. And the Farmbia. Cavalry gets +5 attack. So it's a good upgrade to be a good counterpart to this Aztec Garland Wars. And universities, 80% war capacity universities is very nice. But nothing actually too critical, unless it's some sort of timing attack you want to get. For the Franks, of course, the premier cavalry, heavy cavalry civilization. Castles cost 25% less stone. Cavalries get 20% increased hit points starting feudal age, but don't get bloodlines. Mills technology is free, which is pretty nice. Foragers work faster, so Franks will get plenty of food. Unique unit, Throwing Axemen, also another ranged melee unit. I think Throwing Axemen is technically heavier, while the Gabedos are faster. Unique text, Bearded Axe, +1 throwing range, and Chevrolet Stables work a little faster. And knights are actually able to see, and they lift up that visor that the knights wear, so they actually look around and see what's around them, and not just stay blind the entire game. This, of course, is a arena map, so both sides get walls, stone walls. So it's going to be a bit of time. It's going to be probably mass equal for both sides. No rushing. We got, of course, one relic here. So this one's definitely in favor of yellow. This one's favor blue. These two in favor of blue. Okay, the relics are definitely in favor of blue. So blue needs to go for those relics. Both sides are probably going to go straight. Oh, the guy castle right there. And he did delete some of those walls there, so there's a forward defensive castle there. And got a squad of Gabedos now going forward. And may find that monk. He is camping that relic as well. And how many relics does blue even have right now? I haven't paid attention to the relics. I mentioned that earlier, but that's relic number 2, relic number 3, and relic number 4. And kills this monk as well. So blue may get all 5 relics. That is going to be a lot of gold. And if I remember correctly as well, there's a victory condition for getting all the relics, correct? I could be mistaken about that. That may be also different, depends on what game mode it is. But will we see a relic victory? Picked up that one, picked up all of them. All 5 relics will be claimed by blue. Yep, he has all 5 relics, but it looks like there's no countdown, so maybe not in this game mode for the relic victory. But that is going to be infinite gold, a massive amount of infinite gold for blue. And this gold, he's going to need, what both sides need to do is start pushing forward, start building castles around these gold deposits. There's 2 exposed gold deposits vulnerable and claimable by both sides. And blue's, or yellow's stone, extra stone deposits, they're a little bit exposed here as well. And blue, if he camped the stone, it means his opponent can't really go out and make castles. This looks like it's going to be Blue's game to win. He has all 5 relics. Yellow's just now getting out of castle. Let's see, both sides are in castle age, neither are in pure age. And now Gabeo's pushing way forward. We'll go and clean up the outposts. Outposts have no armor. And let's take a quick look at village count. Yellow does have a massive villager advantage, however. Blue's been focused on those relics, which will pay dividends, given enough time. But Yellow does have more income at the moment. Look, and long story short, in my opinion, right now, both players need to start going towards the center map and start putting out some proxy castles around these coal deposits. We got an outpost queued up for... Yep, excuse me, Yellow here, but you won't be able to complete those anytime soon. And that was not much of a replay. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That was, yeah, I think Blue just played the game well and had such a good start there that his opponent decides not to win out. He did have the villager lead, but of course you can't really judge villager leads. But the fact he lost all 5 relics, he probably was not going to win that. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the right side, top right side, as the red Khmer, we're at 5.7. On the bottom left side, as the blue Lithuanians, we have Chavechito. I am probably not pronouncing that right, but let's go and cover each other's bonuses. For the Khmer, Siege and Elephant Civilization requires no building, requires advanced Nexus age. Not really important bonus. Farmers don't require mills and town centers to drop off food, which can be quite nice. Battle elephants move 10% faster, which can be quite nice as well. Villagers can garrison in houses, which is also good for defense. The biggest thing is that food benefit. And there is a big lake in the center, so both sides will be eyeing some early fishing ships to get some extra food in. So they're going to go for a lot of lumber on a lot of fishing ships. For the blue Lithuanians, start with additional food. Spearman line and skirmishers move faster, which can be useful. Garrison relics give a +1 attack to knights and lettuce, so he needs to make sure to get those relics. And we do have unique unit of the lettuce. It's like a... Lettuce has armor-piercing attacks, right? I may be mistaken about that. And Winged Hussar, which is like a extra upgrade for the Hussars, correct? If I remember correctly. Hill Forts, Town Center gets +3 range. Power Shields, Spearman lines, and Skirmishers get additional Pierce armors. Now we got some early fire galleys deployed on the field, and these red fishing ships will be cleaned up, which will give Blue a bit of a boon in extra food income with these fishing ships. He needs to capitalize getting some more villagers on lumber in order to maximize his food income. Basically, deploying out extra docks basically means getting out extra villagers without getting out extra villagers. Red Scout will win a fight, but then again, anybody can win a fight when your opponent does not have your back towards you and you just start wailing on his back and he's not even fighting back. And he's busy stabbing a building. We got a pair of regular galleys. Let's get some good hits there. He's going for harassment there. Very nice. One fishing ship down. And Blue has a lot of fire galleys. Fire galleys generally counter galleys, while demolition rafts is what you use against fire galleys. Number of fishing ships have gone down. Very nice. So both sides have lost fishing ships. And that is a demolition raft there. You want to try to hit more than one, but sometimes you just go for what you can get. Demolition rafts have 90 damage. Fire galleys have 100 health. But let's look at some damage resistance in the mix as well. Let's switch over to red. Let's see if there's another fire galley on the build queue. Or demolition rafts. No demolition rafts on the build queue. Looks like he has his own fire galleys being queued up. And it looks like that at least one is garrisoned inside the dock at the moment. And Red's galleys are still out in the water, getting some kills down the fishing ships. But I think Blue has no fishing ships on the field, other barring this one here. So overall, Red is doing a good job after losing water control, making sure that his opponent can't benefit from it. So all these fire galleys is quite a bit of an investment as well. These palisade walls are being built, which will save that villager. Let's go ahead and pay a visit to the other villager as he immediately starts. He did some basic walls there, and a handful of archers being queued up, as well as scouts for Red. Blue scouts will go ahead and fall back. This dock will be destroyed. And Red's galleys are still on the field as well. Blue, however, does destroy that dock there, so once you get rid of those fire galleys, he should be able to maintain naval superiority and get out some more fishing ships. Red does have a decent force here, but Blue scouts can go ahead and perhaps overrun those archers. And maybe we'll draw them close to these fire galleys as well. Nothing, won't find those. Maybe put a couple of those fire galleys in defensive and guard formation around these fishing ships. As you hear, a whole bunch of farms being deployed on out. Not going for the berries at the moment. Now the fire galleys are receiving some fire. They do have 4 pierce armor, and these archers only have, what, 4 attack? 5 attack, but still 1 damage. And now these scouts are distracting Red's force now, and Red is fully walling off at least his ground. The sea is still a bit vulnerable, but there's nothing much you can do about that. Fire galleys are still over there. More and more fishing ships being deployed out by Blue. Let's switch over to Blue. Let's see what he's getting. As Castle Age being researched, Red has nothing being researched. He's probably saving up for Castle Age himself. He's approaching 800 food and now do got these scouts engaging. Notice the scouts maybe on an old ground stance, because one of them looked like it was doing nothing. That scout does get cleaned on up. Let's take a quick look at the villager count. Blue does have 46 villagers. Red only has 37. I think that includes the fishing ships as well. If taking back those 7 fishing ships, now 8 fishing ships, or just 7. It would drop down his number to around 39, so I think they do technically count as the villagers in this queue up here, though I could be mistaken. If that is not the case, then Red is very, very far behind. The flamethrower on the fire galleys gains some good hit damage onto these forces. It's not really that great damage, but any damage when they're not straight to the seas, not so great. And now there's another demolition raft, does get good hit there as well. We focus on this fire galley there, does get a kill there. This fire galley is now pursuing. There is another dock on the field, building his own fire galley. Trying to make his way forward, but it looks like some pretty big. There is a big hole right there, isn't there? And Blue is now researched Castle Age. Both sides only have 200 stone, so no additional castles. And that house will not be walling in that region. There is a tree to block off that region. Fishing ships, of course, still fishing. Oh, that demolition raft. It could probably take out all those fishing ships at once, couldn't it? Blue's now deploying out a large number of knights. I heard a monastery being built. Red is going for his first monk, which will be useful claiming these relics. See, 3 relics. The Poles need to aim for those relics as well. Let's see if I don't see a monk on the build queue, nor a monastery. He needs to get those relics because his knights get extra attack per relic. More demolition rafts being deployed out on the field. And you also got some war galleys in the dock as well. Red has definitely gone for his own mucks. Definitely one reason why to get some gold income, but probably also to help deny his opponent's relics to make his knights not extra powerful. Lithuanians, do they get full upgrades as well, or do they have to rely on their bonus for some parts of it? But Cavalry, they do miss the final melee attack, but of course the relics can make up for that. If he gets 1 relic, that should save it up for it. Huh. He never had those extra sheep. That could cause a bit of a problem in the early game. And these sheep were never picked up as well, so both sides were lacking sheep. He does kill off that monk before he loses a knight, and didn't get any relics appear to be. Yeah, no relics picked up. And blue has not gotten a monastery yet either. Fire Galley does go ahead and burden down a palisade wall with the knights. Does claim this knight right there. Very, very nice. Sorry about that if you heard me sneeze. 3-3. Looks like both players are at maximum upgrades, or same level upgrades. Now got a bunch of war galleys and fire galleys. He's trying to hit this naval dockyard, the dock. And it looks like these monks are still trying to get some hits onto these knights. Knights are falling back. They are quite wounded. You got these scouts are trying to go for harassment. Does maybe spot those sheep. Also, there's still these sheep as well. And it looks like one of the war galleys have been captured, and it will be quickly finished off. Blue's finally gone for his monastery. There's 1 relic inside his walls. This one should be relatively safe to claim. These 2 are very contestable, and this one is mutually contestable, but got a lot of red knights in the region as well. He's going to perhaps camp that, make sure it doesn't get captured up. So there may be some contention in that region. Dock slowly being damaged by the war galleys. It looks like blue is low on wood. Actually, no, he has automatic planting turned off. Monk does go down there. Very nice. And heard a dee-doo. First relic being picked on up. That'll give the knights 1 extra attack damage. We already have 1 more damage because I saw here he has 2 levels of melee research as well. So he will be up 13 to 11. You will find this house right there. I think that's a house. Yes, it is. Another war galley gets converted. As the monk is receiving quite a bit of fire there from the war galley. He does get out of range, however. And the Red Knights do advance forward, and that actually makes it so that... Oh, there's also escape there. He broke down that wall or house. And does actually claim that knight there as well, so pick them up a free knight, and the monk is still alive. That is very important. Red doesn't have enough knights to contest with Spona, and Spona has, of course, the extra firepower as well. And all of Blue's worship is causing a bit of attrition damage onto Red's knights as they start advancing that direction. You got these knights advancing forward as well. There's only 3 of them, not too significant number. And to point out a mining camp that wall that area in, as well as one to line up some stone. You may want to eye a defensive castle in this region. So right around there should be good. And Red is being a little bit passive. I'm not sure where his monk may have went, but getting some extra health on that knights wouldn't be half bad. And that house does go down. This one would like to go down as well. And these sheep has been claimed. I suppose those sheep are doing a good job of scouting from both sides, telling when they get captured. Blue has still maintained naval superiority, and the fishing ships have cleaned up most of the pond from the ship or from the fish. Blah. You can potentially get out some more fishing ships if he wants to get out, and you can always get fishing traps later. Finds the monks, not monks, sheep once again. Does spot all these knights as well. Maybe allowing these war galleys sustained melee hits to allow the monk to grab the relic wouldn't be half bad. But it looks like these knights are going to push way forward, he wants to get that relic secured. This relic hasn't been, it's not there anymore. Did Blue claim it? He only has one relic there. It has Red claim that relic there. Yeah, Red has actually snagged that safe relic for Blue. That is actually pretty big, because that one, so there, that denies one attack from the poles. There's also going to some more fishing ships. Let's see what's Red going for at the moment. He's going for Bureau Age. Blue hasn't even started Bureau Age. Blue also has a massive stockpile of gold, so maybe a good idea for Blue to start eyeing the tech up, or age up. Once you see his bonus gone for Bureau Age, he has a pretty good villager lead thanks to the fishing ships. But once he sees that he has that age up, he's like, oh crap. And there's the age up now. Now there's a forward barracks has been spotted by these war galleys. Can the Poles get out cannon galleons? They can get, yes, they can get cannon galleons and elite cannon galleons. And I got a wave of barracks deployed up as well. Let's see what Red is eyeing. Going forward looks like Halberdier research. And they can get out 2 swordsmen. They don't really have technologies that make infantry units especially great. But the spearman is probably all he really needs, since he's probably going to be fighting against a whole bunch of knights. You got a castle here which help gain conscription as well. It now helps prevent the sea being claimed over there. Mining camp being pained. Let's go ahead and let that farm expire. And now got villagers advancing forward. He has not enough stone for... There we go. Now you've got enough stone for the castle. So Red's going for a forward castle. Blue has a decent amount of ships over here, but it's not what he needs. Halberdiers now deployed on the front line, so it does let it know that he has halberdiers, and more halberdiers being researched as well. Khmer, they can get Cavalier, but he doesn't have it queued up. Blue, is he going for a Bureau Age? Yes, he's going for Bureau Age now. And also got some stone walls here, very nice. And it's going to claim himself a halberdier, which actually a handful of halberdier. Blue's going for a castle, a little bit farther back. This one will be complete. Blue's will be completed about the same time. Red will be completed. And both are not complete. Red is in pure rage right now. Blue's in pure rage now as well, so that means trebuchets. Trebuchets gonna be deployed on out. Blues has one trebuchet on the build queue. Red is going for trebuchet as well as looks like Cavalier upgrade. Up north, that's an observation post. And these war galleys can start sieging their way through these walls. We got a monk here. Amir, he must only have 2 relics. Now Cavaliers are breaking through, getting some kills there on the villagers. First trebuchet shot onto Blue's castle's connected. Second trebuchet's been deployed out by Red as well. Going from another trebuchet. Blue needs more trebuchets trying to her up the castle now. Up here we do have the sheep being reclaimed once again. And we do have the observation post here, which spots all of these sheep and other scouts. Or like cavalry, I should say. And now Blue only has knight research. Where is his cavalier research? Not even a build queue, so he's fighting knights with cavaliers. Sure, he has some extra relic damage boost, but he may need the cavalier research sooner rather than later. Blue's going for some hand cannoneers to engage these opponent's halberdiers. Very good. Blue's castle is severely wounded. Red is sustaining a bit of fire as well. Red is also a bit garrisoned, which has extra arrows, so it looks like he's garrisoned for extra arrows. Blue should stay alive. His castle should potentially stay alive, or stay alive longer than Red's. And Red's castle does go down, though allows the hand cannoneers to advance. And now Blue's trebuchet is getting hit by the Cavalier. Does get Cavalier's own before he even gets Knight's Cavalier's research. And Blue's going for some bombard cannons, eyeing to engage those trebuchets with his bombards. Looks like the amount of damage on the trebuchet was not enough to make a difference from that Cavalier. And his castle still being built, has plenty of stone for it, or resources. Or the stone or wood that get used for repairs. That's something I don't know off the top of my head. We got some cannoneers here, being flanked by a Cavalier. Red's Cavaliers are advancing as well. And it looks like Red's trebuchets have been cleaned on up. Blue's trebuchets are being overran. Red's hand cannoneers needs good damage there on the halberdiers, but now need to start hitting his Cavaliers. They do have good damage there. It doesn't get any conversions there, nor kills. Red's deployed out another castle right there. It has a lot of infrastructure right here. It has a lot of potential reinforcements. Does claim a Cavalier there, very nice. The hand cannoneers are getting overran by these Cavaliers, and Red's Cavalier wasn't a full ground state, so it wasn't rushing down. We'll be trying to rush down that trebuchet now, very nice. Red's Cavaliers are being cleaned on up, and going for some light cavalry to mix in as well. Does kill off that trebuchet there with that captured converted Cavalier, very nice. It looks like Blue's not going to go for any more Knights or even Lightus. He could go for some Lightus, since he's probably not going to go for Knights or Cavaliers. That's maybe one reason why he's possibly not getting Cavaliers, is probably he's going to go for Lightus. And the hand cannoneers do provide good damage all across more units. Sure, they're anti-infantry specialists, but yet they do provide a good punch versus Cavaliers as well. Red's going on another forward castle over here. Got the town center. Firing some arrows against that light cav or Hussar. Blue does have some bombards here trying to engage. We've also got some ballista elephants, which should actually be pretty effective versus those hand cannoneers. Blue's town center is almost down. Losing it's not a massive deal. It's a good hard point, but doesn't need any more villagers. Both sides are at around 150 villagers. Trying to rush down these bombards. We'll get ripped apart by these cannoneers, but he may. And he actually managed to save the bombard cannon by repairing with the villagers. Very nice. Ballista elephants are advancing. Hand cannoneers are firing back in return. Ballista elephants, maybe. Let's switch over back to red. We have the double ballista crossbow research, or scorpion bolt research. I do not see it, or is it I can even look it up. Hussars do go down. Start sieging the castle now. Got some pikemen here for defense, and hand cannoneers are advancing as well. Those elephants pushing the way forward. Trebuchets will stay alive. And now the more the hussars are getting cleaned up, but still got a good number of Bliss elephants. The hand cannoneers need to find some range onto those Bliss elephants. Hand cannoneers have a range of 7, Bliss elephants only have a range of 5. That's not very far. Hand cannoneers are able to outrange them and have been maintaining good high ground damage the entire time. High ground damage is quite useful for them since they already have a high damage per shot. I think even the Bombard got a direct hit there on some of the Ballista elephants. Red's maintaining good pressure, but overall he's losing more forces. He could actually also throw some units hand cannoneers inside the castle to get them more arrows. There we go. There's 10 arrow castles. Let's hop on the far side as well. Red has a number of its own trebuchets as well. Starts trying to counter-barrage these trebuchets. Let's clean up the blue trebuchets. Blue still has some bombard cannons, more like having been brought out by red. And now let's switch over back to blue. Going for more pikemen trebuchets. No more hand cannoneers at the moment. Blue has a decent gold stockpile as well as wood, so he can get out some more bombard cannons and more trebuchets, but won't have enough. Does not have a whole lot of food remaining for hand cannoneers. Or pikemen. And cannoneers are starting to get whittled down by these light cavalry. Blue's castle is going to go down. Now he's trying to focus fire down some of these trebuchets. And the garrison does go down there. Halberdiers are advancing, and cannoneers are getting some great damage from the high ground. Blue's starting to lose some important infrastructure. Red is making some slow advancements. Red looks like he has a massive amount of gold now. He must have a big sell-off of resources. Blue still has actually a gold deposit up there, so we can actually perhaps claim it. More halberdiers being researched by, or being built by, not halberdiers, pikemen by Blue. Not a whole lot of hand cannoneers remaining. The hussars are getting those bombards. 2 of those bombards just went down there. Got some skirmishers being pulled out as well to engage those halberdiers. Those hand cannoneers are even more important at the moment, but it looks like there's none remaining. Both sides are just throwing in a bunch of mass at their opponents. Red is getting a bit of a stockpile right now. And Blue has basically abandoned most of these farms. You can go for fishing ships and fishing traps. And it looks like Blue may have backed out of the game. Yep, Blue is backed out of the game. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Berbers versus Sicilians. Oh, Sicilians, not Sicilians. Where's the Sicilians? Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the red Berbers with Toyam. Spawn on the north side as the blue Sicilians. We have Ghost Zombie. For the Berbers, what is their civilization bonuses? It is a cavalry and naval civilization. Naval is completely worthless. I see a small bit of water down south. Villagers move a little bit faster, which can give ever so slight bonus to food and perhaps other various bonuses. It's handy, but not critical. Stables units cost 50% less in Castle and 20% in Imperial Age, so cheaper stable units. You can deploy out heavy camels, no paladins, but can get cavaliers and can get hussars. Troops move, of course, 10% faster. That's completely worthless at this moment in time. Camel unique units: a camel archer, it's a unique cavalry archers, and a genitor, which is a mounted skirmisher, which is a trash unit. Unique text: Kabosh, Team Castle Sword, 25% faster. Not really useful, but can be occasionally useful. And we'll go for massive camel archers and Megabai camels. Camel units regenerate. Not really that important either. And up the north side, we do have both players going for feudal age right now. Sicilians is a little bit more unique. Sicilians, of course, it's an infantry and cavalry civilization. Start with a little bit extra stone. Castles and towns build faster. Land military units except siege wings receive 30% less bonus damage. Farms provide additional food, so 100% additional food, so it reduces your food, or not food, slow down a bit. It reduces your wood upkeep on your farms. I think there's more harassment. Got a handful of scouts for red roaming around in blue space. And it does get the dungeon, which replaces the watchtower line. Unique unit sergeant. Sergeants, of course, can deploy the dungeons, and they're available in feudal age. Unique text: First Crusade. Each town center with maximum 5 spawns a one-time batch of 7 sergeants, so up to 35 free sergeants or surgeons. However, knights get additional 1 armor and 2 pierce armor, which makes them, it can be an alternative to paladins. They have less health, but more armor, or relatively same armor. Transport traits, of course, gain plus line of sight and reduce cost, which is completely worthless because the only amount of water in this map is this little oasis here and here, which there are some box turtles for some fishing, which could be useful, but likely not. Red scouts and blue scouts will miss each other, and red does have 7 scouts as opposed to blues 5. We do also got a defensive spearman here, very nice. It does have another scout right here, which will spot that force area, and that may raise the alarm, or he's going to take time to attack since he's already over here. Start shanking this stable here, and getting out some more spearmen, very nice. That's going to force the villagers inside the town center. Oops, I hit my microphone. So I was receiving a bit of fire there, and these villagers are falling away from the berry bushes. And it looks like these scouts will fall back. There is 8 scouts there, and they will go and flank these blue scouts here, and they will get a first strike and just any damage. Very good. I hear more scouts being built. We do also got bloodlines for blue. And also red's going for some handful of archers as well. Blue does have a decent amount of spearmen here. They were over here to help protect that gap, and now these scouts will find this potential opening there. There's already a pair of houses queued up, but of course you don't see them until they actually get hit by a hammer. Another village is coming forward to help close this breach, and now we've got some archers to help prevent the houses going down. This house has been hit. It does have 34 health, so it will somewhat stop these scouts, but it won't take too long to break through that house there. Houses does get finished off there. These this one will not be spotted. This one will be spotted. And now I've got 4 spearmen here, which could be overrun by the scouts. And now blue also has some scouts here. He may try to wall them in and defend the choke point. That could be very messy for red or for blue. Scouts are charging forward, and you hit these archers. Spearmen trying to run forward as well. Looks like all the archers did just go down there, and looks like red's going back out from the breach. Red does have a handful of archers right here, as blue says pursuing. Blue's getting some good hits there. Both sides, however, losing a number of scouts. Another scout going on, or spearman does go on down. And looks like all of Red's archers will be cleaning up. Red has withdrawn with his scouts. What do we see on Red's build queue now? A spearman and castle. Blue's gonna be backing on off. What do we see on Blue's queue? Just villagers, no castle. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. Blue's pushing away for scouts. May spot those red scouts. And blue scouts will be go ahead and advance over here. Red scouts will spot the spearmen. They're both wounded. Blue does find red spearmen as well. Blue spearman's going to try to ward away these scouts. Very nice. They could be put on guard mode around this opening, and he actually repaired that wall segment. So now Red has to start over trying to find a proper spot to breach. And Red has now reached Castle Age. Blue has Castle Age on the way. If you take a quick look at villager count, the delayed castle does give him 3 extra villagers to work with, but Red can go from now town center. And now I do got a handful of camels being researched or being trained by Red now. I think these guys, yep, town center being deployed out right there. Very nice. Blue scouts are quite wounded. And wheelbarrow is being researched by Blue immediately after Castle Age is being deployed or researched. So research, deployed, teched, trained. Camels, however, will find some hits there onto these scouts. We're in pursuit there now. And Blue's immediately queued up a pair of knights as well as a villager after wheelbarrow. There's a handful of scouts here as well as another camel. So 3 camels for Blue. And if you have a monster deployed out by Blue, he may be eyeing for some conversion or be eyeing the relics. This is contestable by both players. This one is contestable but relatively safe. This one should be safe for Blue. This one is relatively safe for Red. And this one's definitely in Red's territory. So overall, the relics are better for Red, I would say. This blacksmith is now receiving some hits. Still just regular scouts, no light cavalry. Nor is light cavalry being researched by Red. Got a handful of knights deployed out by Red. He will let Blue's knights sneak on through. Won't find a whole lot to hit. We'll quickly break down this house. Only had 41 health. And we'll be trying to go with conversion there. I think he will get one of the knights. And yeah, it does get one of the knights right there. That's a nice little pick there, getting a free knight like that. And these other 2 knights are basically as good as dead. There is a breach there from the runaway, but it looks like it's just going to make it a villager kill. Nope, does not get there. So Blue does lose all those knights, and Warsaw gave one to his opponent. And it looks like we do got a monk dead right there, but he does claim himself a camel. Monk will go ahead and grab this contestable relic. Very nice. This monk did not claim this relic, but getting this one here, very nice. It looks like Red does have 3 town centers and has 63 villagers as opposed to opponents, just 53. I see 1 villager queue. That's the town center there, eyeing for safe stone. It may have been a bit better to place it more towards the gold and use a regular mine camp for that one. Does get a kill there on that monk there, very nice. And there's no relic currently claimed by red either. A little bit passive, but looks like Blue's eyeing for a patrol in the center of the map. Here's some relics being claimed. Looks like Red has actually claimed a relic. Wait. Switch over to Red. Ah, that was not a relic inside of it. That was a monk inside of it. That's what I saw. I saw the flag, and looks like this relic was intercepted and was killed, but it is still very safe for Blue to reclaim. These monks getting some much needed healing, very nice. I love seeing healing monks. And we do got another town center here, claiming stone once again. Looks like he's going for a bit heavy in stone, maybe eyeing for a set of castles. And we got a lion being shanked by a villager. It's no Nemeton lion. There's a regular lion. This villager, I'm not sure what that villager's planning to do. Maybe eyeing for an outpost. Very nice. I like seeing outposts. But she will not get it up. She will be shanked instead. She was shanked. Got this light cavalry here. Looks like Blue has gotten this light cavalry research and still has the claimed camel rider. Got the monk now trying to claim something. Does not get it claimed. Does not get the spearman either. Trying to go for those scouts. Scouts are conversion resistant. He's trying to go kill there on the monks, but was unsuccessful. Blue's going for some aggression there. And also even the monks in the region, just not only for conversion, but just for a general healing can be quite useful. We got the camel doing this work, getting a kill there onto that scout. But the thing is, that's the captured camel. Looks like Blues have, or Reds have population cap, and going for has 4 town centers, getting out 4 more knights as well. Red does have the villager advantage. We got a battering ram deployed out by Blue as well. Very nice. Trying to repair it up, trying to go inside and deal with this town center. Blue is going some great aggression right now. Able to breach this wall area soon. This town center will go down. Pair of battering rams, all he needs to help out with the knights and scouts. These forces are falling back. We could see perhaps some monks trying to get some conversions. No relics have been claimed by Red either. Switch over to Blue. Let's take out how many relics he has claimed. Or it looks like just 2. I should probably just look at that little menu. Ooh, a lot of damage on these forces, but most of the monks can perhaps get some heals. And now the town center has been de-garrisoned, trying to be repaired up. Will be slowly picked off. Red has a good number of knights here, and these villages are going to be exposed, going to be overran by these forces. Does withdraw them now. Has to mine them from this side. And this town center is now damaged enough so you can't no longer garrison it. These batteries are going to go ahead and take time to finish up those stables as these farms are going to be pillaged. And now Blue's going for a proxy castle. Red does not have a castle of his own. Red does have not enough stone for a castle. Only 3 villagers there, so it'll take a bit of time for this castle to be built. I think he may have treadmill crane. Where is that located? Defensive. Nope. Can't even get treadmill crane. Somebody's just building pretty quickly. Castle will be built. We do have these knights here and camels, and this castle right here is going to pose a bit of a problem. Red, what is Red building? camels. Does blue have murder holes? If not, the castle could be swarmed if he can deal with all the other his opponent's knights. It's not looking good for red. Monk does get focused down there by the town center, very nice, but looks like something else got converted. Not sure what though. Camel's being a bit of a problem for blue, but he has enough knights here and the castle. It will rip apart those camels, no problem. He could perhaps get herbal medicine, throw these knights into the castle, get them quickly healed up. Ooh, that's a lot of villagers not being tasked. And now blue has pulled ahead with his villager count. As well, another town center here is collecting as much gold as possible. Red does not have a whole lot of gold reserves. Is blue going for Imperial? Blue is going for Imperial and Bodkin Arrow, which will help out his castle. Oh, here, outpost will be cleaned on up. And now we've got these camel riders pushing way forward. We've got some more battering rams here. And red is eyeing for a counterattack, but probably won't go too well. Blue's going some forward barracks as well, and just not the barracks, stables. We also got some siege workshop here for more battering rams. Red's going for a defensive castle over here, is on the high ground. Camel's charging forward, and red has backed out of the game. Probably seeing the Imperial Age, see the Imperial Age and the GG. Yep, that's what said. Yeah, game's over. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oh, 2v2. 2v2. Got 2 more replays for y'all tonight. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. It is a 2v2, that's why I'm going to keep it at ×1 for the time being so I can introduce all the players and all their bonuses. Cheaters, Aquarestos. Already some accusations? Not sure who's referring to, but either way, this was definitely a ranked match, not a custom match, so cheats are disabled, at least the cheat codes. So let's go ahead and get everybody introduced to it. Spawn the top left side as the magenta Hindustanis. We have Kino, Rock Kino. Spawn as teammate as the Red Britons. We have Robin King Hood. And as opposition as Red Franks, we have Dikar Rocks, and as his ally, as the Green Ethiopians, we have KH Monzo. So let's go and get everybody's what I was talking about. It's Hindustanis. They are camel and gunpowder civilization. Villagers cost less, which can be very handy indeed. Camel riders, of course, attack a bit faster. Gunpowder units get a little bit extra armor and pierced armor. Can build caravans in Imperial Age, which allows faster. Trade carts near it will move faster. Unique units of Gulam, Imperial Camel Rider. Unique text is a Grand Trunk Road. All income is increased by 10%. Is all gold income 10% faster. I cannot speak today. And Shatagani, which plays hand cannoneers +2 range. For his teammate, let's see what he has. It is, of course, the Britons, which means longbowmen. Very noob-friendly civilization. Lots of ones, and Chakyu. Town centers cost less wood in the Castle Age. Wood archers except skirmishers gets +1 range in Castle Imperial Age, 2 total. And shepherds work faster. Unique. Nope, they're speaking foreign. Unique text yeoman, +1 archer range and +2 tower attack. So that would be up to 3 extra range for his archers. And Warwolf, trebuchets do blast damage. I think it also makes them perfectly accurate as well as a hidden buff. Over here, as the Franks, that's of course the premier cavalry civilization. They, of course, are the Cavalry civilization. Castles cost less, Cavalry gets extra hit points, mill technologies are free, and foragers cost work 15% faster, so good food upgrades. Free food. Throwing axemen is a unique ranged melee unit. Unique techs give throwing axemen a little bit extra range, and stables work faster for Chevrolet. And for his teammate, they are the Ethiopians, Archer civilization. Archers fire 18% faster, receives plus 100 gold and hardened food when advancing next stage, which is handy, nothing too critical. And pikemen upgrades are free, which he does get up. It says pikemen upgrade is free, so I don't think that affects halberdiers. Shoto warrior is their unique unit, which if I remember, can't remember what that was unique about that one. Unique tech is Royal Heirs. Shoto's warriors train nearly instantaneously, and torsion engines increase blast radius of siege workshop units, so it makes your trebuchets or your mangonels even more deadly. And with that, all their bonuses now talked about, let's go ahead and fast forward. I'm usually not fast enough to talk about ×2 mode. Let it. Oh, wait. That is villagers, not a militia rush. Let's see, magenta. Going for a feudal age, going for an early towers. There's his villagers. Green has gone to feudal age. That's this guy here. And we got a ping here of red. Not sure what it was. Now we got watchtowers being queued on up. Green try to go scout, but magenta scout does intercept. It wounded. Going for some defensive walls around it as well. Very nice. What is villagers cost less? Nothing. This is a tower rush with no added benefits. We do also have the watchtower now firing away. Magenta has pinged right there. Not sure what though. And it looks like a scout fight. Blue scout is severely wounded. Green is much more healthier than magenta. So it looks like Team Southside does win out the scout wars. And now that is a fully encircled guard tower, but can still receive one melee attacker. And going to be claiming his opponent's gold. There's the mining camp now. Got some archers or skirmishers being deployed on out. Very nice. So right now, that's the main attraction. Let's look at that. Let's look at what green is queuing up. Getting a little bit tired. My speech is starting to get a bit slurred. Claims opponent's gold. Not only preventing it doesn't need to worry about mining this section here, but also slowly whittle away your opponent's maximum gold income or maximum gold they can withdraw from here. So this is basically an extent to his aggression. We do got now a couple skirmishers and an archer here, nothing too critical. And he can't throw the archer inside the tower to get it a second arrow. But that second arrow will basically just do 1 damage unless it's fighting against other towers. Because the extra arrows on guard towers do get bonus damage versus other guard towers. Or should I say watchtowers. Same difference. Green's going for some other aggression. We've got some archers here. We've got a blacksmith here trying to wall off this region. He will be successful in walling off the region, getting some good health there. Could potentially focus on the palisade. Not exactly sure how much damage a palisade receives from an unbuilt palisade receives from archer arrows. All that still take quite some time. And it looks like red's going for some counter aggression as well. But blue is going for early scouts because he knows he's against Puritans, which means archers, so he knows he needs to get out some scout cavalry to help deal with them. And dealing with any sort of scout numbers now will make it so he doesn't fight more archers later. Green will go ahead and find these forces. Green is pinging this force here, asking for perhaps some assistance. Good damage there onto the skirmisher there. He is on high ground. He does get some extra bonus damage there, getting some great damage there, and now the villager's coming forward to shank. Magenta's going for a defensive guard tower here, very nice. does get it built, does get a garrison there. He does lose one villager. But he isn't within minimum range, so will sustain infinite damage. He does not have murder holes as a castle age technology. And blue scouts are going hitting Magenta's force as well. Magenta needs help. Red needs to send over some forces. Even oh, we'll see. He does actually back away from the guard tower. Never mind. I was going to say if he were to draw them away from the guard tower, then the guard tower can start firing away. Blue is pinged over here, getting some good damage there onto the scouts. One scout is down to 1 HP. And Magenta's still claiming this gold over here. Let's take a quick villager count. Magenta has 25 the least, his teammate 29, which is the second least. And green has 30, and his teammate has 33. So overall, green and blue doing good. But team north side are not doing too good. And Magenta needs a little bit more help. Has been far from able to wall off anything. Going for some walls around his guard tower now to make sure it stays up and firing. And Magenda's, of course, still claiming his opponent's gold. And green has gone through this back gold patch here. It will last him a bit of time, but it's smaller, of course. He will need to deal with this watchtower sooner rather than later. He actually delete one of the palisade walls there so he can throw his villagers into the tower if needed. Oh, I'm going to start cleaning up those huntables, but at this point in time, they're probably not going to be even collected, even if he does. Here's not going to be collected then. Magenta's still claiming that gold. Got this force still harassing around. Over here, we still got quite a bit of a force here. The number of villagers relatively exposed. Over here, gonna need to start focusing this area a little bit more. Lots of archers for red. He pretends he's gonna go for mass archers. Red has pinged over here. These scouts are closing distance. Does lose the spearman there. And these archers as good as dead. These archers are advancing. And now red's going to be hitting these scouts now. The scouts can get some good damage in, but they could get overwhelmed. All depends about the positioning. Magenta has a good number of force here, a lot of archers. Green is withdrawing these forces, trying to deal with this force over here. Red's archers has a good number of archers right there. Something that big was canceled right there. Let's take a quick look at ages. Magenta's not going for an age. Green's going for castle age. Red's going for castle age. Blue's going for castle age. Magenta is the last one to go in for castle age. Does green pinged over there for some odd reason. Red's advancing. Scouts maybe trying to rush over to Magenta's base as Red's archers are backing on off. Magenta's archers start making an advance, trying to get some of these forces. They do have their basic range attack upgrade, but no armor. It's good damage there. These archers, however, on the high ground as well. Magenta will need to back off that region. Green does have Pierce armor research as well, so his force is not only more numerous, but more superior as well. And these guys are getting ripped apart. Blue scouts are pushing on forward to Magenta's area. And it does go ahead and push them towards the town center there. It does get some shanks there with the villagers. Another villager does go down. This wounded one does not go down either. Guard tower may find some shots there. He will run into a bit of a trap and throw some archers into the guard tower as well. But of course, without ballistics, it's sort of hard for them to track. Blue's teched up, green's teched up, magenta has not teched up, red has just teched up as well. Magenta is behind. Magenta is lacking a bit of food for a tech up. I always forget as well, is picking up the castle, which is a 200 and 300 gold. I always forget. Market will go down. And that's crossbow research now. And since red is now Impure Age, he does get his bonus of +1 range. And now he has 8 range crossbowmen. That is going to be quite deadly. Townsend doesn't want to have a maximum range of 6, so he's able to outrange them even farther. We got another Townsend being pulled out by blue. Got a pink by magenta. Has a lot of crossbowmen with a handful of skirmishers in the mix.
Orders.
No ballistic research yet by green, getting some hits there onto these, and green has resigned. And that was not really a good replay. Didn't last very long. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Not every game I can cast is going to be great. And one last replay for the night. Some of it was nice right there, not sure what. And of course there's a little bit bug with the level 2v2. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawned on the bottom right side as the red Franks, we have Damien. Spawned on the bottom top left side as the Cyan Byzantians, we have Shizo. Number sign. Let's go ahead and cover their civilization bonuses. For the Franks is of course cavalry civilization. Castles cost less, cavalry gets additional health. Mills or technology are free, and the foragers research or work faster. Good food upgrades. Thorny Axemen, of course, are a ranged melee infantry unit. Your axe, of course, get increased melee range of those Thorny Axemen, and Chivalry makes so the knights work faster, and the knights Teamboats, of course, allows the knights to see, lift up their visor, and actually look around, and not be fully blind. For Cyan, we, of course, the Byzantians, we do, of course, have buildings have increased health starting in Dark Age, and progressively increases from 10, 20, 30, 40%. Cameriders, skirmishers, and pikemen, skirmishers and halberdiers cost 25% less, making them a cheap spam unit. Fire ships move faster, Pure Age costs less, and extra and free town watch and town patrol, which of course does just allow just some nice little bonuses there. So I was able to self-spot versus buildings, and not have to worry about getting research for that. Looks like the scout's not eyeing for any harassment, just eyeing for just going around. Oh, as I say that, let's go ahead and slice down some palisade walls. Second scout, of course, has been brought on board. We've got some of these spearmen trying to pursue. And got another pair of knights or scouts being deployed out by Cyan. That's Cyan, red. These scouts do receive a bit of fire or stabs there. All of them are equally damaged or wounded. And now Spearman is trying to close on in. He's got a pretty nice encirclement there with the Spearman. Make it an extra stab here too. Does get a stab on the villager at least. And these scouts are just circling around. Do note that if you're ever looking at the replay, I just got done casting 2v2, and so there's a bit of bug where those players sort of stick around the casting menu. Just get one villager kill there, very nice. The villager count is slightly in favor for red now, by 1. Science looks like spending all of his food there on queuing up villagers, very nice. Unless his palisade walls are trying to go up. He's trying to go for an archery range there. Probably could be for skirmishers, could be for archers. I'm not sure at this exact moment. Does get there we go. Very good stab there on that scout, finishing that one off, leaving 3 remaining. Seems like these farms came out a little bit earlier than expected, a little bit, quite a bit. He has a mass queue of villagers as well, not one at a time. This seems a little bit off to me. I don't know why. Red's gone off for his own archer now. Over here, we've got some skirmishers now being queued on up. And Spearman will go ahead and get some stabs onto that archer. Archer being pursued by the spearmen, getting some good kills there. Second archer is now advancing. He does get some good more hits there on those spearmen now. Skirmishers are getting some damage there. It does take out another spearman with those archers. And a handful of houses now being built.
Presto.
Some of these spearmen not getting hit. As we've got these archers are advancing, getting some good hits there on these villagers. Getting some good damage there. And now the spearmen, they do find one stab there. Cyan still having a bit of trouble with all these units. The skirmishers, of course, are effective versus, or do get some bonus damage there versus scouts, if I remember correctly. I got a market and another house being built up as well, trying to block up this region. Market does get interrupted there ever so slightly. More of these spearmen are being focused down by these archers. Great micro by Red. It's not looking good for Cyan. Trying to go ahead and stop this market from being constructed. More villagers on the build queue for Cyan. Now going for Blacksmith. He's getting technology up to get his Castle Age. Yep, there we go. Castle Age is now being deployed. House is under siege. Skirmishers are advancing. Does get throw a handful of spears there. And Red has now gotten his Castle Age. Cyan is lagging behind. Let's switch over to Red. Do we see any? Yeah, crossbowman research. And knights being deployed out. No light cavalry research just yet. He is at pop cap. And now here comes crossbow research. It's going to be a big power spike for Red. One spearman does go down. We got the fletching research now complete for Cyan, at least. I'll give his spearman a little bit extra range, help him try to run these guys down. Of course, crossbowmen have a range of 7. Spearmen, these skirmishers, I should say, has a range of 5. Not great though. They are the counter unit to them, however. Villagers start going on down. His house is being hit. Another spearman goes down as well. Notice he does manage to find a opening down south here for his scouts to rush on in. Castle Age now researched by Cyan, going for a handful of camels, which will be useful versus those knights. He has a good feeling that the knights will be on the build queue. And speaking of which, the first knight's pushing his way forward. Or actually, there's the first knight there. And he is lacking spearmen, so these knights will do some good work in. At least one camel should be deployed out by now. Bodkin arrow being researched by Cyan as well. And here comes the camels. Camels, however, well, they do have one piece armor through their research. They're still very vulnerable to these crossbowmen. The knights knights and scouts do get cleaned up. More knights are streaming on in. More crossbowmen and advanced as well. He's going to regroup his crossbowmen. The knights do get finished up there. Cyan has 40 villagers. His opponent has 45. Do we see any second town centers? Town center being deployed out by Cyan. And we've got now the elite skirmisher upgrade as well. Another town center has been deployed out by Red. Do we see a third yet? Not just yet. Skirmishers are being hit there. We've got these knights hitting the market as well, but the market, of course, has plenty of health. And looks like Cyan may be low on wood. Nope, he has auto reseeding turned off. Another elite skirmisher does go down. A lot of these elite skirmishers are quite wounded, so the crossbowmen can finish them off quite easily. So is these villagers being picked off as well. That is not good. Looks like Red may already has consumed gold on those town centers. Blue Cyan is collecting some stone right there. We got 3 or just the 2 sound sensors for Cyan at the moment. Now these camels trying to charge in forward, trying to deal with these knights. Losing houses. Cyan does have plenty of population space for the time being, so losing a house is not going to be critical. And we do have another farm needs to be reseeded manually. Does get some throws there on the knights, gain some good damage there. And now here comes crossbowman. Does get some good hits there. Does dodge with there the skirmishers. Gets another crossbowman. Skirmisher does go down. Another skirmisher goes down. More camels being built. More skirmishers being built as well. Cyan may need to get out some more production structures at the current rate. Does avoid that fire. The crossbowman does send a lot of rounds there, arrows there onto the skirmishers. Skirmishers do dodge that barrage there and got a good wave of camels being bullied enough. But again, they only have 1 pierce armor. They will get hit hard by these crossbowmen. Skirmisher finds another kill there on the crossbowman. These houses do have extra health as well. If it wasn't for the extra health, this house probably would have gone down. In comparison, you can see 1,700 or 170 versus just 900. So that's additional 270 health, which this has less than 270 health remaining. So the extra health did keep this house alive. Takes out another crossbowman there. Knights are advancing as well. Got a nice town center here, sending a lot of arrows there on the knights. Does get the wounded knight there as well. Does finish off that house, but there's plenty. Nope. Actually, no. Cyan's actually out of population space at the moment. Villager count. Cyan's pretty far behind. 60 versus 88. And now it looks like Red's regrouping some big amount of forces right here. Good number of crossbowmen. Handful of knights. Mostly just crossbowmen. Cyan, of course, can deploy out cheaper skirmishers. Does get them patrol move as well. Either side needs to play out Mangonel, probably, at the current rate. Skirmishers are getting focused down a little bit too much. There's just too many crossbowmen here for them to really deal with. Massive wave of villagers coming forward, quickly builds up a house. Trying to go for a castle. A castle right there on the high ground would be quite hard to deal with. But looks like going to go push a little bit farther forward with the castle rather than going for a great spot. He's going to go for an aggressive spot. Villager does go down right there. Camel's Mania rushing forward. There's Red's castle. Now Cyan has to engage. Knight's getting some good hits there on the skirmishers. The skirmishers need to start getting more and more hits in. Castle's pretty close to completion. Let's switch over to Red for the time being. And it looks like all the camels got cleaned on up. I think it's going to follow. Or you could subscribe. And the Cyan skirmishers are going to clean up. And with that Red castle there, that's maybe the end of the game. Got Para Siege workshops being deployed now. Cyan needs to deploy out some. And I think this is going to be it for the game. And Cyan's casting GG. Relatively short game. Oh, either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on next replay. Sometimes I hit the wrong button. Oh yeah, and that actually was my last replay. Oh, that's the end of my replays for tonight. Everyone have a good evening and get some good sleep. Enjoy.